you know what the deal is. YouTube, how's it going? In today's video, I'm going to be using another rather interesting weapon. Now, my secondary, I do use my MP5 because I didn't know what to put alongside this weapon, but I'm going to be using the M91. If you don't know what the M91 is, it is an LMG. It's one of the weapons that you pick up off the ground in Season 6, which is, I think, a common weapon with a suppressor. And the reason why I wanted to try this is because of that sole reason. When you pick it up, it does do a hell of a lot of damage and has high accuracy. You know, for the most part. When I put this class together, I use the basic attachments that you would on any other gun. A stock, commando foregrip, monolithic, best barrel. But you don't have to use any round mags because it only has 100 bullets to it. And so I just tossed on whatever I normally would use on other weapons, and I turned it into, this gameplay. Now, fair warning, I completely forgot. I took off my share party audio, so you can't hear me, nor can you hear my friends that I was playing with. I was playing with my IRLs that I used to play with a long time ago, back in World War II and Fortnite, Black Ops 3, all the way back then when we used to, team up and stuff. And so this was a game that I really wanted to go off on, and it's not one that I expected to because I was gonna fuck around with the M91. So thank God I got to show them how much I don't go outside. So this game was really interesting, but again, I do not have my audio, so I'm just gonna toss them some music above it, or maybe I'll just leave it as it is, maybe do an educational video. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but when I get to editing it, you'll see then. I'll decide, in just a couple minutes of this intro. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, and if you might click that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Alright, so I know I said I'll see you guys in the next video, but in the midst of editing my intro and all that, I decided, why the hell not do an educational video? Now, before we get into it, I want to say this is more for casual players that are just looking to get better at the game and maybe getting a little bit of a higher IQ, because we did end up staying in farmland the entire game, well, at least me and Mike Jones, because my two other teammates wanted to go to the bunker, which was like 1,000 meters away from where we actually were. So this isn't very much of tournament gameplay, or a style of tournament gameplay, because we don't go anywhere else, and I just somehow managed to get a shit ton of kills here. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So off rip, it's gonna be a little bit, I'm gonna have to get used to this because this shit's loud as fuck. But me and Mike hang straight to farmland. I land in the same spot that I always land at, which is dead center in the middle of the barn, because that's usually where I get the best loot at whenever you go farmland. So off rip, I get a couple weapons that I'm really comfortable with. The AUG and the Kilo, I believe I grabbed. And so I know there's a lot of shit going down over here, so I immediately want to go push, because I know a lot of them are going to be weak at the most part. And off rip, I get this kid, and you're supposed to hit your shots there. I didn't, but luckily I got the kill before the other guy could finish me off. And since I am weak, obviously I'm going to back away and try to look for plates. I hear this guy around me. I thought he was coming through this door, and I hear him coming through here. Missed shots. I'm weak. I need to play my health. So if he's going to know that while I'm running away, or he's going to at least think that I'm weak because I'm running away, I'm able to jump back and get the easy kill because he's not going to expect it at all. So switch over to Bison, because I love that thing. Thing's nasty. And so now that I have a plate, I'm actually able to go down and get a couple more kills, or at least do a little bit more damage than I did. So I hear a guy with a pistol. I don't need to worry much about him. Okay, so right here, I get two guys in that one building. This kid just pushes me out of nowhere, but luckily he's weak and he's pretty trash. And so I'm still hearing shots go down. Luckily I'm able to get another plate. And so here, I really just wait, because I know I have Mike to the side of me. He's watching the front side, I'm watching the back side, or whichever way you look at it in this building. So I'm going to play with him. I see him moving. That's when I'm going to start moving up. I hear this kid, but I can't tell where he's at. But I do have this. I have a C4 for a hit check. So I crack him. If he has a shotgun, it doesn't matter, because he's nearly one shot, so I just push that. And then we have this other kid that's pushing in. Mike's trying to take care of him. I don't know what he's doing, but it's not going good for either of them. So I push in, get the kill. Pretty simple. You know, just basic strats. I'm playing with my teammate, and I'm playing whatever health I can think the other team has because of all the shit that went down off rip. Okay, now here's where things get interesting. I get a missile lock, and now with that information, I can tell that they're more than likely behind me because that's where the most open field is for anybody to get any sort of, you know, sight on me. If anything, it would have been from the top of the hill, but I couldn't see anything when I turned there. And I heard that glass break, which is why I drove back the other direction, and then that gate obviously gave me the automatic indication that there is a team in there. So the thing is, with them playing in a building like that with a lot of open field, you can't really push in there unless I use my car. But I was not going to do that because I knew these kids were playing like bitches. I was not going to challenge that, especially that since I didn't have a shotgun. My best bet would have been to use a shotgun in that situation. So I play back. I get this kid. Easy kill because he's looking for my other teammates because they thought I was in the truck, or they're looking at the other team. And obviously, I'm going to back away because, you know, they're playing like bitches. I'm not going to challenge that at all because they're just going to camp in the building. Alright, skipped a bit ahead. I'm still at the same spot. I didn't go too much ahead of where I actually was previously. But here, I know they're in this building. This is another team, but at this time, I did not understand that. I thought it was the team from the building to the right from, I believe, in this building where my other teammate died at. So, again, I'm playing my teammate. My boy Mike's got the shots. These kids are dweebs. They got little to no gun skill. He hits the shots to the window. It's like nothing. He's one shot. I push in. I hear the res. I just rush in. That kid thought he was gonna have me, bro. Look, this is where whenever I pushed in, you can barely see it, but I did see him cross over as soon as I walked in. I saw him cross into that room, so as soon as I got the knocks, I immediately turned off to the side so that way I'd have the advantage. Even if I ended up dying, I would have had at least a few shots in him, and that would just be my fault that I'm trash because I missed my shots. But I didn't because these kids are shit. So that was an interesting gunfight. Okay, now I'm skipping a lot of my individual kills because those are stupid, but these kids do end up coming back. I hit a few shots. When it comes to playing buildings, just because there's a door, just because there's a window, just because there's stairs, does not mean you have to use them. That's when the IQ comes into play. You can have all the gun skill in the world, but just because you sit in one spot and can shoot and hit all of your shots does not mean you're going to get the kill. So I go around because I see that kid go around, and instead of going straight inside, I go for this kid. That's when I find out I have other kids behind me in that house still, because I saw those shots immediately. Even though I still ended up getting the kill, I saw that he was getting shot at by some other team. So I mark it, let my teammate know, and this is where I believe we end up pushing. I could be wrong, but okay. I had to scoot back just a little bit within this clip because if you look here, you can see the res. That whenever I came across here, this is a little bit of information that I had to hold on to the rest of this game. We were at second circle. So if you understand where the circle is coming from or where it ends off, then the next circle that closes in and you see this kind of information that somebody's resing on the back end of where you are, then you can, in the future, understand that there's more than likely going to be a team or two pushing in from that general direction, because obviously if they're previously there, they're going to have to get to where you are, and you're going to be able to hold them down from inside circle, because no matter what, they got to push in, or they're going to sit in the gas and die, or they're going to sit in the gas and you shoot at them and then they die. So that's kind of the you need to understand where the circle's at and remember information that you get previously from, even if it was like 10-15 minutes ago within the game. It's a huge thing, and you can definitely pick off some kills later on in the game from information that you get previously. So just a little FYI. Okay, so now here, obviously, you know, we see the red dots. They're fighting. More than likely, some of them are going to be a little bit weak. I push up, and surprisingly, they're actually really close to me, and that's not what I expected at all. But also, there's a cargo truck behind us, so I keep that information in mind as well, because I believe that comes in a little bit later. So I push in for the power position, get up here. Mike gets one down because he's a god. I get one finish. I hear this guy right below me shooting a little bit. Just completely obliterate him. He can't even last a single second with me above him, because he had no idea I was there, because he's worried about my other teammate who just shit on his other teammate. So I grabbed that guy's heartbeat because I'm a dumbass. I forget to I had my stem on this stupid class. And so now, again, here, I know, watch, let me even play it. I know they're on the second floor. I saw him go up the stairs, but just because there's a door, just because there's stairs, if you know your surroundings and you understand what's around that general area, if you're smart enough and you have, you know, a little bit of parkour skills within you, then you can pull stuff off like this. I mean, it's not parkour, but I mean, like, not a lot of people think to go on something like that. Some people usually jump on a box or something to get up there, but I trusted my MP5 shots, shit on both of them because they did not expect it, and, you know, we'll get the job done. It's easy. Easy kills. So, that cargo truck that we saw earlier, I remember that ended up pulling up a little bit ago. So, we pull up here, we get I believe we try to get a res off in a second, but that cargo truck does come in handy, because since we knew that wasn't there and it pulled up a while ago, that team was still near here, and they were fighting the team that killed my other teammate earlier that I was mentioning. So, we pull up, third party, easy kill. Kid jumps out the window. Another free kill. He's weak. I know one of them's got to be weak up top. You hear the res, instantly run up. I was going to C4, but as soon as you hear that, whatever you call it, that the stem go inside the motherfucker's body, that's when you know you could push up, especially because, you know, these kids are trash. They were sitting in the building the entire game. They got 0 gun skill, which is why they're camping. So, push up, easy kills, free kills. Alright, so here, buy my teammate back, shit on one kid. I know I have my teammate right with me, so I gotta be a dick. I bait him, he dies, but I run around the building. I hear the res going off. My teammate Mike, I hear his shots going down. They don't expect me because they can't hear my footsteps because they're dweebs. I shut on the kids. It's easy. Kids try to get the self-res off. You finish them automatically. My teammate gets fucked up. Slide cancel is just too nasty. It's just not going to work with them no matter what weapon they have. It's really easy if you can understand your surroundings, get around to where they usually wouldn't expect you, and play your teammates as best as you possibly can. Not necessarily baiting them, but as soon as they start shooting at them, you know you can get around because they're distracted and not going to be focused on where they're listening. Okay, so now we're down to 5th circle. This shit starts getting small. You hear shots, you see red dots. If you can get to the power position, which power position would be in this position, would be to get inside the nearest house that's inside circle and the most enclosed spot that you possibly can be. There's no hills, there's no trees. Even if there are, you can get shot at by many different directions within this position. So this house is the best spot that we can sit in, and so that's exactly what we did. We see that cargo truck up top. We know there's a team going to be up there. They got to push in, though, because when you look up here, my teammate gets shit on, but you look down here, you know that they have to get in here or else they're going to be stuck at gas. Obviously, they can't sit there. They have to get to you, and the nearest thing here is this house. Nothing else around here, so when they push in, you have all that open field. And then these guys over here that I'm shitting on, I'm just shitting on. It's just how it's done. My teammate understands that it's easy kills. He jumps in the Jeep with me, and it's just, granted, I feel bad because I kind of took the skill. But he goes with me. He understands. My other teammate, I don't know what he's doing. Hi, man, if you see this, I'm just kidding. But he does tell me, he says they're pushing. They, plural. So I think, okay, I can't res you because they're all going to push me. But as soon as I get around this corner, they was a him. So I didn't get to get the res off. But luckily, from here on out, this was my game. And it was easy from here. This kid's driving around trying to kill my teammate. And it's just an easy free kill. A lot of these kills, they're weak, but it's just, I mean, sometimes that's just how it goes. This kid gets beamed. This kid gets beamed as well. Finish him. I have 7 bullets. I understand this kid's probably going to be weak because I heard shots earlier. You hear him coughing. And bam. There's that 28 bomb. That's the best explanation I could probably give you guys. And the best explanation I've ever done in my life. Usually I stutter a shit ton. I'm not going to lie. But that actually turned out better than I expected. So hopefully I didn't repeat myself a lot. Hopefully I was able to get you guys to understand power positions. Hopefully I was able to get you guys to understand when to push, where to push, and what to use to your advantage at what times. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I hope you guys understood a lot of what I was trying to say, and hopefully I didn't repeat myself. But again, I'm gonna repeat myself. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoy. If you did, leave a thumbs up, and if you don't mind, click that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.